What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Looks like the polls are open and we now know when it comes to the structured deck voting what the 20 archetypes are going to be. You guys can vote. I believe that the polls are going to be open for some time. I think they're going to be open for a full-on week. So you guys have more than enough time to just go ahead and vote on this. I wanted to stay up and see what exactly the archetypes are going to be. There were some rumored lists. A lot of the rumored stuff did ultimately come true. You guys can see right here, I'm on the official OCG Twitter page. If you click this link right here, it takes you to this page. Then you can click this this box and it will take you to the poll. Now the one thing is, as far as I can tell, and this could obviously change in the future, I believe that you do have to actually register to vote, and you can register if you're a TCG player because I have already done it. There were some people saying that the voting wasn't exactly working earlier on, but I'm sure that that's going to be something that Konami is going to work on the upcoming days. I am going to try to cast my vote right here in this video, and I also am going to talk about the 20 archetypes that Konami has revealed. 20 archetypes excuse me, that all could be getting a structure deck in the future. We'll go through all 20 of them and then I'll just kind of give brief descriptions and my thoughts. For starters, and when you click on these, it does actually show them up close and personal. So I am going to click on this. I didn't know this until just recently, but we have Insectors, which I would love to see get a structure deck. I'm a big fan of the Insector archetype. I did play it during Zexal. At a couple of regionals, I believe my best record was 7-2. The Insector Link monster is good. However, Insectors could definitely use some more cards. Honestly, in the TCG, I just kind of want to see their cards all go and be off the Forbidden and Limited list. Like, get them off the FNL list. That would have to be something that I would want in addition to the structure deck. We have Atlantean, which this is interesting because this was already a structure deck, I believe, this might have even actually been during DM. I think that this was even before Yu-Gi-Oh! The Yu-Gi-Oh! GX era. So it was not very successful because almost none of the structure decks were successful back then. I mean, I feel like this is not going to get many votes. I mean, people like Atlanteans because of Mermill. But Atlanteans as a pure theme, I feel like this will be one of the least popular in the poll. We also have Chaos and or Blackluster Soldier. It shows Chaos Sorcerer and the original BLS Envoy, the one from Invasion of Chaos. I'm not sure if this means that it's going to be Chaos or if it's going to be BLS. I would assume that if they were going to do BLS, they would just have two BLS monsters here. So if you're a Chaos fan, this might want to be something that you think about. I could definitely see us getting some more Envoy monsters. It's been a long time. Mecha Phantom Beast, in my opinion, seems like a very, very solid pick, specifically because of the potential. We all know that Mecha Phantom Beast they can print tokens out like crazy, and tokens are obviously ridiculously strong in Master Rule 4 because of Link monsters. So I kind of feel like Mecha Phantom Beasts are a good pick because they have Synchro monsters, they have Exceed monsters, and they have the potential of printing out tokens with their monster effects. So I just kind of feel like this is a very logical choice in my opinion. We also have Trap Tricks, a fan favorite. Trap Tricks have been getting a lot of support. They have a very solid Exceed monster in Rafflesia. They got an excellent Link monster in the Link Frames Pack 2 and Trap Tricks Sarah. This could be one that, you know, players are looking at. We have one that really surprised me here. Who saw this coming? This is Jinzo, the Jinzo archetype, and honestly, I look at Jinzo and I'm like, dude, where do you even start? Like, what is the theme of Jinzo? I mean, honestly, the Jinzo cards don't really have much in common. There's like Jinzo number 7 that can attack directly. There's the OG Jinzo, which just locks down traps. Like, to me, Jinzo would be a very difficult structure deck to make competitive, but, you know, it's interesting to see where Konami could go. This was another one I don't think anyone expected, but this could be hella interesting as well. It is Sacred Beast. I would love to see a Sacred Beast Link monster that maybe has like 3,000-4,000 attack and requires a Sacred Beast monster to summon, obviously like a Link 1. This would be super cool in my opinion, and you know, shout outs to the Shadow Riders from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Season 1. This was not a surprise to me, but Shaddolls are also included. I give Shaddolls a very legitimate chance of at least being in the top 5. I feel like they're a fan favorite archetype in the TCG and the OCG. They're probably more popular in the OCG because In the OCG, what's the name of that set? Duos Alliance did not have Burning Abyss, so Shaddolls were taking up probably a lot of their fans. We have Dark Lords, which are a bit of a surprise. Dark Lords did get a Link monster pretty much out of nowhere in the Link Frames Pack 2. I still think Excel is a really solid card. I mean, Dark Lords have draws for days and they have raw power. They just don't necessarily have like consistency in a lot of regards. Summon Skull is one that just shocked me even more than Jinzo. I think it might even be easier to do a Jinzo structure deck than Summon Skull, mainly because I feel like there's almost no continuity between the cards. Summon Skull just got a bunch of different cards in all, forms of mechanics, Synchro, Exceed, Ritual, Fusion, but like, how do you make the cards actually work together other than just summoning like a vanilla Summon Skull? I mean, maybe this could be an archetype like Blue Eyes where you still have to run the vanilla monster, but I'm not sure about Summon Skull, man. I feel like that might be a waste of a vote. We also have Beast King, which, did anyone even know that this was an archetype? Like, this isn't even, I guess this is a theme, but this isn't even an archetype. It's just one monster. Beast King Barbaros might actually get his own structure deck. It's just going to be 40 copies of this card. That'd be awesome, right? You just get 40 copies of Beast King Barbaros and like one Link monster or something like that. Burning Abyss, very popular. Oh, maybe this is where Phantom Knight. People were talking about Phantom Knights. Maybe this is what they're talking about. I'm sorry. I only saw originally Burning Abyss. Maybe, I mean, so what is the theme here? Is it PK Fire? Is it Burning Abyss? Is it level 3 Dark Monsters? I don't know. Okay, so this is what people meant when they saw the PK. All right, so maybe there'll be, some sort of Phantom Knight, but why have Dante there? Blackwings are probably going to be in the top 5 as well. Blackwings historically one of the most popular archetypes of all time, especially when it comes to the OCG. Do not be surprised if Blackwings win. You guys know that Konami has an obsession with Crow Hogan and the Blackwing archetype. Blackwings have never had a structure deck, unlike some of the other ones like Lightsworn and Six Samurai. I would not be shocked at all if Blackwings won. We have Crystal Beast, which, spoiler alert, this is probably, no, this is not probably, this is what I'm voting for. I would be fascinated by getting another Ultimate Rainbow Monster, or I think it's called Ultimate, yeah, I think it's Ultimate Rainbow Monster, getting another, like, big Rainbow Dragon form or something like that. I would love to see a Link, Link monster for Crystal Beast, and just, like, more consistency cards. Maybe some Pendulum Scales that were, like, better and good, and I still think my idea of a Hand Trap Mirror Force for Crystal Beast would just be nuts, man. Like, that would be so awesome. Maybe in the form of a monster, so you didn't have to worry about not being able to use it in your if your back row is locked up. Or my idea of Crystal Dark Arm Dragon would be, that would be really awesome as well. We have Fabled, which I honestly didn't even recognize these at first. I looked at this and I was like, what the fuck are these? It took me a little while to actually realize that these were Fable cards, because who even remembers this archetype from 5Ds? But apparently Konami does. I do not give Fabled a good chance. I definitely give Crystal Beast an outside shot. We have Prophecy, which have been getting, they got a Link monster. And I feel like Prophecy are definitely, they're a favorite from Zexal. They don't really operate like a lot of these other decks because obviously it's super spell based. So it could be one that, people have a lot of, I guess, kind of want to see them get new cards. We have Madoche, which if this was in the TCG, I think this would have a much better chance because so many of the Madoche cards have skyrocketed in price and a lot of them have not been reprinted. A lot of them are from the Zexal era. A lot of those sets that are like super out of print, you're not going to find, like Primal Origin and stuff like that. We have Lightsworn, which have already gotten a structure deck. I don't even think Lightsworn should have been on this poll. I get that they're super iconic and they're super popular, but quite frankly, Lightsworn, much like Six Samurai, have already received a structure deck, so I don't quite understand why Konami would put them on the poll again. We have Charmers, which, they're cute, but I just don't, like, realistically, I can't see Charmers winning over something like Trap Tricks. Trap Tricks actually have competitive potential. Structure decks are supposed to be for competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't see any way that Charmers could beat out something like Trap Tricks when they're both just, a deck full of a bunch of cute girls, but one of them has like competitive potential. And then lastly, we have Trains, which, Trains could potentially get some more big ass rank 10 monsters, maybe some more consistency cards. I feel like Trains have pretty decent fan base in the TCG, so maybe that could be one with an outside shot. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to attempt to cast my vote right now. We'll see if it allows me to, but my full intention is to vote for Crystal Beast. So let's see. Looks like it just refreshed. So okay, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if it took my vote. Oh, it did. It says right here, what's it called, is already vote finally. Okay, so it's basically saying that the final, okay, so it did actually cast my vote. So there you go. The poll is actually working. All you got to do is register, or you guys try without registering. I don't want to say that you 100% have to. I just know that I did register, and yes, I was able to vote. Again, the polls are going to be open for 1 full week, and you guys let me know what you think is going to win and what you are personally looking forward to out of these archetypes. Like, what are you going to vote for, or what would you like to see win? Anyways, whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on the notification bell for daily videos.